Hello, my name is Chandra Gore, and I am a SwagHer magazine contributor. So today today I'm talking to Hayet Rida. We all
Perfect.
know me and names, we try. She is the creator of KHOI. And so we're going to have her share with us what that means and also exactly what the collection looks like because it's very unique. And I need you all to understand how amazing that is. So thank you so much for chatting with me today.
For having me. You're fun already, and we haven't even started, which is always a good thing.
Yes. So tell me about the what inspired you to launch this brand, to create this brand?
I think it's very interesting because nothing inspired me. It fell into my lap. I think a lot of times entrepreneurs think you're going to have this story of, and I was dreaming, and something came to me. It
Yeah.
was I had an opportunity to start my own brand, and it just happened to be jewelry. And I just remember thinking, I'm not a jewelry designer. What am I doing that for? Because I'm a trained artist. I studied art in college. I've always had an interest in sculpture, but I always thought jewelry, you had to go to school to design jewelry. Or you know how you get that imposter syndrome of like, I don't have a diploma in jewelry design. And so I started to talk myself out of it. And I said, well, jewelry is technically art for the ear. The body is the canvas and it's just art. So once I told myself, think about it through the lens of what you already know, then I started to think about sculptural pieces. And then that is what developed the look of KHOI. And I think what I love about KHOI as a brand is I can see a group picture of a bunch of amazing women and be like, oh, I see KHOI. I see it right
See,
there.
that is
Um, so
awesome.
that's always amazing. It's like I fangirl my brand because when I see it in people who may not even associate it with me, but they probably got gifted by a friend or something, it's really amazing because the pieces stand out. And then also the best part is like our stuff is not above $100, which every time you see such a unique piece, like some of our earrings are 35, 45, 50. And when you see amazing pieces, you're going to assume, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be able to afford this. But that
Right.
was important for me.
I'm gonna say this.
Don't start shopping. We're focusing on the interview.
I'm not. You don't know me, girl. Yes, you do. So,
You're like, get out of my life.
so the biggest thing, like, that's amazing that you say, like, because that's affordable. And now I think, in with how, you know what, I take that back. Because if somebody loves something, they're gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But to know going into it that it's accessible and attainable by
Yeah.
anyone, that is the beautiful part of, you like that's about this line. Um, yes, I really want to
Because I
shop.
think I just want to add that if somebody loves something, they're going to buy it. But in many cases, people have to sacrifice something to buy it. And in this case, it's you're going to love it, you can buy it. And my whole dream is that I don't care if this is your last $20 or your easy 20. I want you to also know that you deserve, you're going to get the same packaging. You're going to
Right.
get the same store experience, whether you are going to spend $30 or 200. And we've had lots of women just send me messages saying, I never thought I'd get this level of attention to detail and luxury. They thought they had to save up their life or move up to a different class to be able to afford, the name brands, or as we call them, the high street brands. And my whole thing is, no, you deserve that luxury, even if you're spending $20. So
Right.
that's the whole vision.
Because my biggest thing is, and I love the fact that you said that you said, the level up or to do all of those things, that it kind of guilts people. Like, I know that if I intentionally don't have a car note. I don't believe in that. I don't, but someone's like, well, you need to live within your means. If you should have a nice car. What's the value? Like, should not have to sacrifice the things that I like to drive something that sits outside that I'm only in for, not that long. And
In
then
hot traffic.
right. And so for me, it's like I don't want to do that for shoes, clothing, anything like that, because then it's like you look at it and you look at a negative connotation to what you had to do to get that piece of.
Sacrifice to get it.
Yeah.
And it's also, it limits your self-expression because maybe what if you saved all your money to buy one pair of earrings? Now you're gonna be like, man, I gotta wear these same pair of earrings over and over again to get the money's worth. With koi pieces, it's basically, I always design for the person who's going to wear a white t-shirt and jeans or just an all black look. And I'll say, this is the outfit. The earrings will take your outfit to the next level, the bangle or the necklace. And so for me, it's a value play. Don't let me get into my value language, because you don't feel like you have to buy that much clothing, because the pieces are what make your clothing look different. It gives your clothing, you know, that alter ego. You know that DMX song, there was Keisha, like,
yes, I'm all of them.
You're all of them in the same outfit. Just switch all the pieces. So that's the mindset I take in.
Because I can only speak for myself. My fashion sense is, I'm still trying to find it, even at this lovely age I am. But I'm basic. Like, I love having a basic piece. It's not basic. It's just either all black or black and white. I do have color now, but I feel like that makes me, I mean, I feel comfortable in my clothing. I feel comfortable when I look, but I love a good bracelet or earrings. And I think most of the time I build my same color pieces around the jewelry that I wear.
Yeah. You know, I only wear 3 colors. I only wear neutrals as a person. I wear white, I wear this sort of like tannish, and black. Those are the only two. If you looked in my like closet, everything is there. My entire home is all white. And so I think that made it easier for me, because I was the customer of, I only like wearing these colors.
Right.
But if you look at my closet, I'm basically wearing the exact same colors and the exact same fits every day, but it always looks different, because all my pieces will either just be like a conversation starter, or it's like, oh, that's the whole outfit. So that's been super important for me, because I don't think there's a lot of brands that can do that, give you the great experience, and also give you an affordable price that you don't have to live outside of your means just to keep up.
And that goes into what I was about to say, that whole keep up mentality. Like, you know, the advent of social media has basically has a chokehold on people. Like, oh, you'll see the influx of Marc Jacobs. You see the influx of, you know, now don't be wrong, I love Telfar. That's one, and Brandon Blackwood. Those are two purses, or they will always get my coins.
They will get all the coins.
Right. And so, but the thing is, all of these so-called, and luxury designers that people are spending, like the Christian Dior custom bag is like $1,700 for
I personally don't have it. I don't judge anybody who has it, but for me, $1,700, I want to be somewhere with a drink in my hand and the waves coming back and forth.
And the breeze across your skin and the sun.
I like to feel. I mean, but don't get me wrong. For me, I will still spend money on clothing that is, I call them sculptural pieces of clothing. Like, I had a blazer I had on recently, and it has one side of the shoulder cut off. That's where I had to fool. But I'm not going to just get a regular thing. And then, so even, you got to think then when I'm designing, I'm just like, if this is the one piece you buy from me, I want you to be so excited that if you stop wearing it, you'll frame it.
Right.
And it's now a piece of art in your home.
See, I love that. I love that. I love that, because, and then plus, now you're not going to see 3,000 other people wearing the same piece.
No. And the pieces, I think people hate me for this part, but once it's done, it's done. I don't care how anybody feels. It's done. It's art. This was my creative expression, and now I have moved on, because as a person, one of the best quotes, I subscribe to the teachings of Rick Rubin. I say it as if he's like a religious figure.
But kind of sort of hip hop, but go ahead.
But he said, if you create with your audience in mind, you are doing them a disservice. Because a lot of brands will sit down and say, okay, well, what does my customer want? Now, I will take consideration things that I have created that have worked, but I'm not going to sit down and say, I think my customer wants this, because then I am not a creator anymore. I am just I'm at service to you. Right. And what you are coming to me for is a creator. So in the beginning, I always knew as a creative person, I get very bored. I move on very quickly, so quickly. So once the collection is out, you know what's crazy? I stop wearing it. Then I'm wearing the next collection. But then also marketing wise, it helps, because then I'm giving you a preview of the next one. But people will come back 6 months later because they saw somebody wearing something and they want to know when I'm restocking. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. That was 6 collections ago. But it's not that in a bad way. It's just, I love looking at the koi babes, as I call them, and I will see a piece they have on and I will go, that's vintage koi. That was our, our 3rd collection. You're really loyal. But like, I'd love to be able to visually know which part of the journey they were on with me, because every collection is also an expression of something. People always say, write a book. I'm not writing a book. Every collection is a chapter in my life book. Like, I don't just design stuff for fun. It always has a story as to what phase I was in when I designed that collection. Like, what was going in my head mentally when I designed that collection. So to me, it's okay, this chapter is done. Can we move to the next chapter now? And then all the pieces from the next one.
That is, oh my gosh, I love it, because now I want to start my journey, because I was like, oh, that is so dope, because I'm one of those people, like I the one of one. I love having, I can tell a story with those things. Like I love it, because there's a local artist here. Her name is Kiana, and she does, like, I have a tattoo, and she did a jacket for me. But my jacket is unique, and the piece that I have, no one else has.
One of one. And I think that there's so much beauty in one of one, because I want you to feel like you have a piece of me from a phase of my life. And then I'm growing. So then we'll grow into the next one. Now, obviously, when you have new customers who maybe saw their cousin somewhere and they want that exact piece, then it becomes, sorry, girl, you just had to be there. You really just had to be there.
And that's the experience. And then plus you can gift it, as you get older, or you have a family or relative or friend or something, like you say, hey, this is a piece that I got from my collection. I want you to have it. So
yeah, 100%.
So I want to dig deep, even though, there's a written article. I really want you to touch on your background, your upbringing real quick.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about where you're from and your heritage.
So I am born and raised in Accra, Ghana. I have a Ghanaian mother and a dad with Lebanese heritage. So I've kind of had that African Arab culture. So my full name, Hayet Rida, is full Arab. But I was born and raised in Ghana. I was there till I was about 17, and then I moved to the US. And then I moved into the middle of nowhere in Ohio, Worcester, Ohio, where I studied communications and art.
Wait a minute. Pause.
You said go back.
Is that near Evansville? Like, because I've never, like, I've
it
heard.
Sound like it's somewhere near a Ville. It's literally an hour and a half from Cleveland.
Oh, okay. That's not near Ashtabula, is it?
No.
You said near Cleveland. Okay, I know what Cleveland is. I know what Youngstown is.
It's very close to Youngstown. It's 20 minutes from Youngstown. That I'll tell you. That I know.
You were in the middle of nowhere, baby.
It was a great experience.
Girl, I would expect so. Like,
but it was, I was there for 4 years, and then I moved to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's not like I could go any more cities.
I'm from South Carolina, so I get it, girl.
Yeah. So I went there, and then I came to Chicago. So I did like.
Thank you. I'm not saying nothing about Winston-Salem
or small town. So I was a small town girl, and then I came to the big city.
Girl, I love Chicago, but being from South Carolina and going to North Carolina, like I live in Virginia, like not too far from DC. Listen,
let me tell you something. When you're not from America, it's just America. It really was just America to me. I was just like, okay, I'm going to America. Like, cool. This is where I'm going to school.
Difference in our accents from Ohio to Chicago.
Every American accent sounds so different to me.
Yes, it's not different to me.
Yeah, a lot of times it's when you're not from the country, you don't understand the preconceived notions about Midwest and East Coast and this. You're just like, America, yay, let's go.
It's like,
let's go.
I get.
Yeah, but I had great experiences, and I think a lot of you look back and you think about how everything aligned perfectly to get me where I am. Because when I moved to Chicago is when I started my influencer journey, where I literally just started taking pictures of myself because I was going through a really rough mental period with self-love, body confidence. And I just started documenting it because I was like, I'm just going to write this out as a diary during the time where blogs were really at their height. And that's where I learned the most about vulnerability. Because for me, I was putting this out because I was just like, I'm just going to document it. I've always been what technically socially you'll call it oversharer. So I was just writing my stuff, and then things would start going viral. And it wasn't going viral because it was me doing something crazy. It was because people related to it. Then people are like, oh, I thought it was just me who felt this way. Or I thought it was just me, etc. So that is what taught me vulnerability. Now, if you bring it full circle to this brand, I think one of the successes of this brand is I have literally shared everything, every high, every low, the days where I'm just like, yo, I'm giving up. It's done. I'm not doing this anymore. Or even just like the journey of opening a store, what it's like to be a Black woman, also an immigrant woman trying to start anything in this country, in this era. I think a lot of times on social media, my biggest frustration is you see entrepreneurs pop up successful. And then they'll say, oh, one day I will tell the story of everything. And for me, I was like, that day's today. I'm going to tell you, because I felt like if I had read some of people's journeys and people's struggles, I may have felt okay in all the stages I was at.
And so I used to get, okay, there was a time, okay, there's not a time, it's currently still. I have always said everybody did not go from homeless to millionaire in the span of 30 days.
It's like when they're telling the story, they jump over the crucial part. And
yes.
I'm just like, I need the crucial part so that when I'm going through that crucial part, I don't feel like the world is ending. Because there were many times in the entrepreneurship journey, I would literally start researching like, no, this person had to have gone through that. But then I'm scrolling through the post. No, everything looked great. Okay, I guess I'm crazy. And then I started listening to this podcast called How I Built This. That was the first place I heard entrepreneurs tell the full story of like people saying, and I had $1 in my bank account. The day I started KHOI, I had 87 cents in my bank account.
Girl, 87. Listen, there was a time, because I'm a mom. No, a lot of people don't know that I'm a mom of 3. You know, I have 3 children, right?
Cool.
And so when I talk about that, or I'd never share. I'm not an overshare. I'm just, that's not your business. Okay. Because of the fact
sometimes my business helps me with my business.
Right. And so now, like, I've gotten to the point now that when I turned 40, like I started sharing a lot more just in regards to the things I've been through that have made me who I am. And, just in general, like, being a mother and then, having to juggle all of that and run a business and not, even keeping jobs where I did not want to be there, but because I couldn't fully rely on my firm to be the source of my income, it was like I have to be honest. I had to really sit down and be honest about that, like, because people need to know I'm not just floating around here living this great life. I'm stressed. I suffer from different things. Like, these are the things that are going on. And you're right, the story does, and I tell my clients that all the time, you have to be transparent in your story. And here I am not being,
And I mean, I've never shied away from telling people, like, I was a big Starbucks girl, and I shared with people. Now I get it once a week, and I had to learn how to make my favorite drink. When I go to the gym, I walk there and walk home to save money on Uber. I had saved up so much money to go to Beyonce concert, and I used that to put flooring in the store. I couldn't go to Beyonce because I used my Beyonce ticket money to put flooring on the floor. And I got to tell people that. And I'll tell, like, to me, I'll be like, and this is how much credit card debt I'm in. Why? Because I need you when you see me win, which I will always manifest a win during my lowest times. When you see me win, I don't want you to think I'm lucky. I am not lucky.
Girl, them dudes,
my luck met me working. Because the luck was using the little GPS navigation, and it found me. But when it found me, I was on the move, and it caught up with me. My luck always will catch up with me because I'm always on the go. I don't sit down and surrender to like, oh, everything's going bad. And I just want that for entrepreneurs. So that's why I continue to share the journey, because it's almost like, to me, I even tell people, copy my ideas. Do you know what it takes to tell people copy my ideas? Because sometimes practicing somebody else's idea gives you confidence to design yours. So in art school, we would use tracing paper to learn how to draw.
Yeah.
Because once your hand gets used to tracing things, then you become a more confident person to draw. The same way you have training wheels and then you take them off. And I
Mhm.
think entrepreneurs, we're always so, and this person, well, I'm not going to share I'm going to move in silence because this person will take my idea. The
Oh,
well which ideas come from me. I am so confident in the well of ideas I have. By the time you see the manifestation of my idea, I have 200 others that are in process.
and that's the thing. You
Yeah.
are the secret. You are the sauce.
I'm the sauce. I can give you the exact idea. I could give you every single person, my whole creative team. You won't be able to recreate mine. And I think that's the beauty in, and I won't be able to recreate yours. And it's not me saying that with a chip on my shoulder. It's I also won't be able to recreate yours. And that's the beauty of us as humans.
Yep.
If we truly are who we are. I feel I'm sorry, I'm going on a whole tangent. I was like, I'm on my soapbox.
No, and this is what's this is part of the reason why I definitely wanted to do this kind of an interview, because I knew there was more there.
There's more than look at my cute collection.
Like this is the biggest thing. Like for me, I have that sixth sense in a way of knowing, like, wait a minute, this is more than meets the eye. And for me, I go with my gut. My gut told me to do that, and I was like, I have to dig deeper.
Oh,
I don't know if you watch Cosby Show, but there was a professor that taught Claire, and she would always say, dig deeper. So
and
it was
discuss digging deeper. I love it.
yes, because like the design journey, all of these things, people need to understand entrepreneurship is not the glitz and the glamour that social
Yeah.
media has led us to believe, you
No.
know. And this whole, this microwave or instant success or that move in silence, all of those things play into your mind. Because if you're moving in silence, you're not asking for help.
Yeah. Because in many of my non-moving in silence is how I found the best people to build my team to who it is today. And we have to realize that social media, we can sit here and criticize social media and say it's this and it's that. But I always say, then what are you doing? What is your part in changing that? So I didn't sit back and say, oh, entrepreneurs never share anything. Cool. That's a fact. But now I am going to change the fact with my action.
And this is why these are important.
Yeah.
This is why these conversations have to happen, because it changes the narrative on the view. It changes the narrative that we're telling ourselves about what entrepreneurship is.
And then
So
people got to get rid of balance. There is, I need everybody to understand, like people, because, I built this brand with a full-time job. And people are just like, oh, and how do you balance? There is no balance. It just becomes your reality. My
right.
reality is different every day. But I take away this pressure of myself to find balance because I will spend proper hours trying to stress about the fact that there's no balance than figuring out that this is my reality. I don't have weekends. I don't get to do a lot of things that the average person gets to do. Why? Because I'm fixated on my finish line.
Right.
And so my balance is between, sorry to cut you, my balance is between my dreams and my manifestation. That's what I got to balance. Of which dream I'm manifesting. That's the only balance I care about. It doesn't work for everybody because a lot of people want self-care. To me, self-care is knowing that when an idea visits me, I give it a chance. That's me taking care of myself because I'm honoring my mind. My self-care is not a spa. When I go to the spa, I'm in a hurry to leave because I've probably thought of an idea I want to go do. And I'm just like, are we done? Can you stop tickling me?
Oh my gosh. I'm not the only person that has, as I'm getting a massage, it's like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, like my mind is like going a million miles a minute. And they're like, can you put your phone down? Let me write this down.
Let me just write this down. Somebody once asked me, what is rest to you? And I said, rest is not physical rest. It's the day my brain stops churning out ideas.
Yep.
And sometimes I look for those moments where I have to be in one place where I know it will not be an idea mode. Because I think even from a mental health point of view, that is also scary. Yep. That I can never stop coming up with ideas. And sometimes it scares me. I will churn out things over and over again. And some days I pray for, like, okay, I'm taking a break. I've taken days off. All the things on paper they tell me to do. But then my brain is like, ooh, we got time. And then it starts.
See, it's that moment, like it's that moment of quiet.
Yeah.
That your brain, like, and I'm guilty. I have the, so I'm not the only person, thank God. Okay, cool. Because I literally
therapy session, by the way.
I literally will put on a voice memo. If I'm in the shower and something comes up, I'll record it because I have to, you know, and even beside, I started leaving my laptop downstairs, but guess what I have beside me?
My phone. And
my
if I don't, I have my mind. You know, I answer my emails, like I jump into the shower to answer emails. It's very weird. Like I'm literally, you'll see me in the shower with my phone because I'm calm enough. And that's my one time I'm like, let me just get my emails done.
It's something about, because that's okay. I thought, okay, I actually sit in my bathroom while I'm running the shower with my laptop, and I'm actually like, okay. And that's probably why I like going. There's a beach not too far from here.
Oh, wow.
I work.
I got to think about the beach instead of the shower.
Go next to water. I work this week. I think I'm going up there once this week. I'm just gonna have my water, my lunch, and I'm just gonna write and work on pitches and stuff like that because I need to be next to for something about water. It helps my mind flow. So
it all comes down to this idea of balance is individual. Self-care is individual. I don't think we can be prescribed what self-care is because a massage to you is irritating to me. Yeah. Meditating to you may be great. To me, that's it might be a waste of time. I'm not saying it's a waste of time to anybody who does that, but what works for everybody doesn't work for you.
Not cookie cutter.
So we got to stop looking for this cookie cutter balance. I think we've been conditioned into this balance thing, and it's to each his or her own.
And I love the fact, like, this is what I'm telling you, like, I'm happy. My mind,
yes, exactly.
These are the things that people need to understand, because I always tell people self-care is more than just bubble baths and candles.
Yeah.
let's get away from that. And it's, oh my gosh, now I see why your collections are the way they are.
Yeah, because they're always me telling a story. Like my first collection, which we just came out, it's not my first collection, it's the first one with our store. It was called Mass Identity. And it really was paying homage to imposter syndrome because we're always taught we have to let go of imposter syndrome. And so to me, it was the celebrating the fact that having imposter syndrome actually birthed the brand. Because if I didn't lean into that imposter syndrome, I wouldn't have then said, okay, you're not a jewelry designer. Sit in that feeling and that insecurity. But then what are you? You're an artist. Great. So be that. So imposter syndrome is not bad. It really isn't. If you look at it the other way. So a lot of the elements in the collection that we just released was like lots of sort of shields and masks and lights. And then our new summer collection is called Gore, and it's about sunset and sunrise. It's a play on the sun. And it really is this whole beauty of a sunrise or a sunset could be a good thing. Because we always think, oh, when you sunset something, oh, it's so sad. But you don't have a sunrise without a sunset. And Correct. So to me, it was, who am I when I've sunsetted the imposter syndrome and stepped into the light?
See.
And then hold on, let me take you full circle because you're the only person I've spoken to about the fall collection because I'm wearing it. The fall collection is my icon collection. And it is after you embrace imposter syndrome, sunsetted it, I stepped into my icon era. And then I really got in my design bag. So this collection, I wasn't playing it safe. I was really in my design bag. I was pushing stuff to the limit. And so this is why everything is a chapter in my life. So once I've moved past my imposter syndrome in that mass identity, we don't need to revisit it. There's a whole scripture about the pillar of salt. What are you looking back for?
Right.
Let me forward, and I want my customer to move forward with me, and I want them to be excited about what the next chapter is, because everything represents a different version of me, and I want them to be like, okay, we're moving with Hayet. Don't be stuck on when I'm restocking something. I don't restock those emotions, so then I'm not restocking those pieces, and then that's on period.
You ought to go ahead, I'm gonna clip that. That is an amazing soundbite, and I know I'm saying this doing this interview, but girl, exactly, that's it. Because I was about to ask you about those earrings. I was like, oh my gosh, those are so pretty.
This is my icon era. See,
Yes,
I had to wear it almost like a reminder as I stepped in this interview. I got to step into my icon era.
those are I love those
Thank
because
you.
I didn't want to say that, and I was like, because I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's something that will give. It's yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so when can people get this collection?
So this one I'm wearing is coming out, I believe it's 5th August. And
Okay.
then our summer collection comes out July 1st, which is actually our 1-year anniversary as a brand. So it's like our
Oh,
birthday. It's our birthday. So a lot of those pieces they represent like sparklers, the sun. It's very much about me sunsetting and stepping into the light and celebrating. So that's a lot of those elements. And this one is very like the pieces in this icon collection. I think this is the smallest piece, to be very honest.
oh, girl.
Really, you got to be with it to wear it. It doesn't matter if it's too big for you. This is the icon era. We're stepping in and we're stepping bold. And you're coming with me or you're not.
You have me thinking about because I'm
All the
celebrating.
outfits.
Yes, because I've been celebrating every month since my 40th birthday. I'm redoing I'm doing my 40th over. And like literally this whole year has been celebrating. And I was already thinking about what I'm gonna wear,
Mm.
where I'm going for my birthday. And I
Oh,
want to make
so
sure
you can wear all black and we just get, you just step into your icon piece.
that
And
one. Yes.
this exact one?
I love that one. Because I'm thinking because I just got into wearing gold. I've always been a silver, platinum, rose gold, but never gold, yellow gold.
I
So
think on our skin, gold is just so beautiful.
I looked, yes, because I even have this new ship. We can go on for days. Like I've walked into you. It's so funny. Like it's like, yes, I'm not who I was, a summer ago. I'm not
Yeah.
who I was 3 months ago. Like like my journey has been. I'm not going to look back. I can't look back because it's going to take me to where I left, and I can't
Yeah.
do that.
We
So
and we celebrate not looking back because a lot of times, even the question I hate the most in interviews is, what would you tell 16-year-old? No, that part of me is done. Why are we talking about what I would tell 16-year-old? Because if she didn't go through what she went through, I wouldn't be here today. And that's who I am as a person. Like I used to have my blog and people ask me, so where is it now? And I say, I no longer identify with that version of myself. So you won't find it. And we have to be okay with saying, I've changed my mind. Like before, my hair was not natural. I had permed hair and I was like, I will always have permed hair. And one day I cut it and someone's like, but you said, yes, I said what I said then. And this is what I'm saying now.
girl, they tell
And
you.
that to me is what confidence is saying, I'm not who I was 2 days ago and stop
Right.
reminding me of who I said I was then. This is who I'm saying I am now. And so
And
today I'm a jewelry artist. I don't care what diploma I don't have. I said what I said and I mean it.
yep. And I see, oh, y'all have to understand uh, this
Make
was
it
so
job hard.
needed. This was so needed because I never thought, and lately this has been very, very needed for me.
Mm.
I can only speak for myself, and I'm saying that I'm selfish when I do these things, but I know I have something has to resonate with me for me to to feel this was needed. This
I,
conversation was so needed because I know there's others that are going through the same thing, and these are words I need to hear too.
yep.
And I'm just, oh, y'all better. I don't know if y'all understand something about how the world works, the universe works, and the timing of everything. It happens for a reason.
It sure
And
does.
this is one that happened for a reason because we're going to talk about jewelry that you could read that. We wrote about that
Right.
already.
Read all that.
You can click the link, get your jewelry, do what you need to do. But you need to know the story behind the jewelry.
Yeah. So that when you wear it, you embody the what I was experiencing when I created it.
it means so much more if now that you know what
Yeah.
what the journey was to get there.
Yeah.
Girl. Mm.
I love it.
I don't have anything else.
Good. I think it was a burst of energy. We got what we needed to, but I think at the end of the day, I'll leave with this. I don't want you to just read this interview and be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy her jewelry. That would be amazing. But I want you to leave here. And if you are a person who wanted to start your own jewelry line, this is your permission. If you wanted to start whatever thing, this is your permission. I think for me, every time I do an interview, great, I'll wear the cool jewelry. Obviously, I'm a business owner, so I want to promote that. But also what I want to promote is this is visual permission to do what you have been sitting on. You're sitting there manifesting on the couch, but manifest in your actions. Tell yourself you can do it. Don't tell yourself it's already been done, but nobody is you. Nobody will ever be you. And I just want anybody watching this to know I'm already so proud of you, because I want you to come out of this interview knowing, even just go put pen to paper. My biggest gift in life is I give every idea of mine a chance. I don't try and understand if it's going to work or not. That's not my job. That's the job of my hustle. But I want every idea to feel comfortable visiting me. And so that's what I leave you with. Buy some jewelry, but also buy into yourself. And we'll support everything whoever watching this is going to create. And then I drop the mic.
I ain't got nothing, y'all. Just visit SwagHerMagazine.com
and go read it.
Go read it. Watch this interview, guys. I want to thank you so much for having this conversation with me today, because it was so much more needed. I can speak for myself. It gave me the push that I need to finally hit launch on something that I have been.
I'm so proud of you.
2 years being afraid. And everything is done, like literally everything is done. I just have to push it out to the public.
So let's do it.
I will.
What if you fail? What if you fail? And what if you succeed? Same difference.
Yep. I'm gonna fail successfully if I fail.
Yep. The only thing we care about is that you gave it a chance.
Yep. See? That's all. And I mean, I know this. Listen, I know y'all. This was supposed to be about y'all, but no, this is for me.
This is a therapy session.
Yes, and I want to thank you so much. We'll definitely be revisiting your new collections. I definitely will sharing it, because I put my phone down, but I'm gonna order my pieces. Because I'm that person, like if there's something I want, I'll just go ahead and get it and be happy, and that's what I need to do. So
and when you re-celebrate your 40th, I cannot wait to see you in the pieces.
Girl, I'm gonna say this. I have been working on me physically, and I'm telling you, these gains, honey,
we love it.
I'm so excited, because it's like I want to adorn this new me.
Yep.
And so this actually just that little razzle dazzle that I needed. I'm like, I want to do them earrings though, girl. And if they're bigger ones, I want.
You're gonna have to wait. There's you gotta look at the summer pieces. You will find there's gonna be so much.
Because I put my hair up, and I have to make sure there's something that is going to make that bun pop. Yes. Okay, girl.
I appreciate your time.
I thank you so much, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.